We're going on a BC road trip to Nanaimo on the traditional territory of the Nanaimo peoples and the birthplace and namesake of the godforsaken Nanaimo Bar. If you follow me on social media, you'll know I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with this sickly sweet dessert bar that's named after this great island city. And it's mostly been hate, not much love, but I am warming up to them. They were created in the mid-1900s, and my main complaint is that they're just way too much coconut in them. I've done more than a few rants about this, but I finally found a Nanaimo bar that I actually love. I cannot honestly believe that I'm saying that, but Tourism Nanaimo brought me out for a week-long trip last year to share some of the best stuff to see and do there. And I sat down at Red's Bakery, fully prepared to give a terrible review of their Nanaimo bar. I had not yet found one that I loved. In fact, I hadn't found one that I liked. And I made it clear to the tourism board that I didn't like them and that my plan was to talk crap about Nanaimo bars. But something weird happened. I actually really enjoyed it. I think it's because they finally grind the coconut almost into a powder so it doesn't get stuck in your teeth. I'm recommending that you go get a Nanaimo bar from Red's Bakery. Again, I could not have seen myself doing that last year. It's the first stop, Red's is, that you're gonna have to make when you go there. After you're all hopped up on sugar, get back into the car and make your way to Soroxman Stadium, which is the home of the second best baseball club on Vancouver Island, just behind the Victoria Harbour Cats. The Nanaimo Night Owls are in the same league, the WCL, and watching a game at their little stadium is a fantastic experience. And their alternate identity is as the Nanaimo Bars. They have a few games every year where they wear the Nanaimo Bars jersey. So if you're into that sort of thing, pick up a hat or a jersey or a shirt at the team store on your way out. Next, take the water taxi over to Protection Island and the little floating pirate bar that they have there. It's called the Dingy Floating Pub, and of course, it's pirate themed, partly thanks to former Nanaimo Mayor Frank Ney, the pirate mayor, who was also responsible for starting the bathtub races and who often dressed up as a pirate. That's why they called him the pirate mayor. And he was the guy who developed Protection Island and named most of the things on it. Captain Morgan Park, Pirates Lane, Treasure Trail. I'm not so sure about that one. Anyway, I don't know if it was just the charm of the location or the rum itself, but the cocktails that I enjoyed at the Dingy Dock were top notch. One piece of advice, if you're going over there, do not miss the water taxi back to Nanaimo because there's nowhere for you scallywags to stay if you get stuck there overnight. Enjoy your BC road trip.